What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another FFBE Dark Visions video, and as you can tell, my eyes are red. We've been streaming on Twitch, doing all the Dark Vision stuff, and you can see that we got a score of 621, but I'm going to go over in this video how I got that score, you know, the chaining, all the teams, and overall, it was exhausting, but it was still fun doing it here on Twitch. You guys should join us here at twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt, but let's get into it. All right, guys, so we're getting into the first fight here, and the new Dark Visions, Part 2. So we're going to be fighting against a Dark Soldier. So as we're going in here, we're going to want as much Man-Eater as we want. This isn't going to be the hardest of fights. It's going to be pretty easy because it is the first one. The Area 1 tends to be a lot easier. It is weak to Lightning and Physical. So you want to make sure you're on a boost Lightning damage up by 20% team. So you make sure you get that extra 20% up. And just do as much Man-Eater as you can. We're going to be using Mastermind Zon to still Noctis his Man-Eater that he buffs himself with to spread it on the team and crush it. Honestly, it's not going to be a problem for you guys, but I am going to show you guys the equipment just in case you want to take a look at it. Now, this isn't 100%. You just have to pause the video. It's not 100% optimized for the fight because honestly, I didn't need it. Like, there are some things missing. I just have people in here for, you know, other reasons, but essentially this is what worked for me, and that's what we're going to be doing. So now we're just going to jump into the fight and show it off. All right, so we got into the first fight with the Dark Soldier. Like I said, with Sylvie, she's going to be our breaker and our buffer and our lightning imbuer, although Elena could do it as well. So we're going to go ahead and break and buff there. We're going to break and buff there. And we normally would chain with the Sylvie, but it seems like I can't get it right. So again, I'm just showing you the way I did it, not the 100% the way that you would maybe you would do it if you want to get optimal, the most high score. I'm just showing you how I ended up doing it. So with Noctis, the problem we're running into is his point blank warp strike is killing the enemy. So normally we would use that to buff up his LB damage. We don't need it on this first fight. Like I said, it's kind of easy. So we're going to skip over that on this fight so we don't just accidentally kill it. So we're going to double ability here. We're going to do the True King Awakened, and we're going to find his Man-Eater that we're going to put on him that we can spread with Mastermind Zon. So ba-bing, ba-boom. Elena is going to use triple cast. We're going to imperil lightning and then just cast double Aurora Arts. She's really just here for the chaining. She's really just here for the chaining in this fight. We're good to go. Ed is going to cast his ability, no comparison between us, for triple cast. Cloud is going to buff up his LB for even more LB damage action. And then Mastermind Zon is going to do the dirty Mastermind Zon things that he does and take that critical mirror and take away that Man-Eater so you can spread it out. We already have Elemental Mirror, but we're just going to go ahead and cast it anyway on himself. We had Sylvie cast it, but we do have to triple cast there. Project Mirror on the entire team, and then next turn, we're going to let the damage rain. Let's get it. My chat's popping off. They're excited. They're very excited. They're going to do a bunch of pogs when they see this. Oh my gosh, Noctis, don't. Stop. Dude, I can't wait to see all the pog champs in chat after I win this fight with so much damage. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That wasn't a setup or totally scripted or anything. They're not paid actors, I promise. Let's see. Catch me if you can. We're going to do SR. So we're going to do triple SR chaining, hoping to get the highest chain we can get with these units that we have. And that's all going to flow well together and not, you know, not make the game not load or anything. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to hit him with this. And we're going to hope to get a high chain here. We're doing a lot of damage. Well, we didn't perfect chain it, that's for sure. But in the end, that's what I did in order to get it. I ended up not perfect chaining it, which sucks, but I do see some Pog champs. There's no Pog fails. That's great. Poggers. Poggers, bros. In the chat. So there's the fight, guys. That's what I did for round 1 to get my score. We ended up getting much better biggest chain when I did it the first time. This isn't my highest score that I have on here. But now we're going to move on to the second fight, which is going to be magic damage. So we're moving on to the next fight, and we're going to need to be doing magic earth damage, but as I stand, I don't really have any magic earth damage dealers. Dark Fina CG has evaded me, so instead we're going to be going with, and we need Beast Killer for this, so instead we're going to be going with what I call the twins, because I can't say their name because I suck, Levinson, and we're going to be using Titus for his 150% Beast Killer, and we're going to be using Madame Adele for AR chaining with Zon for the chaining family. Shout out to Big Tip Boss. I'm going to say it. Told him I wouldn't do it, ended up doing it anyway because I couldn't pull it off the other way. And we're also going to be using Madame Adele for the Earth Imperil. It's going to be 120%. Now, you can find a different Earth Imperil if you need to. Looking at the equipment, Sylvie's the same as the first fight. You know, Titus is really geared out to the teeth. Same with Madame Adele, really popping off there. Here's my Levinson. you know, getting as much beast killer as I can. Remember, you want physical when it comes to, I didn't even change Mastermind's on, he still has Man-Eater on, that doesn't matter. You want beast killer, and you want it to be physical because these are going to be hybrid damage dealers, and the way that the twins work is that they need beast killer. So we're going to go ahead and go into the fight now and take this bad boy on. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do, like we did last time with Sylvie, she's kind of doing the same thing. We're going to triple fund. However, we need to make sure our spirit is boosted because we are using the twins. So we're going to do the attack and defense brace. We're going to do all of that, and then we're also going to buff up our elements because she's not going to be doing anything else. Tidus is going to cast his, thank God I get to use him, by the way, Splash Hunt. That's going to give us the 150% beast killer that we want. Madame Adele, and yes, I know I don't have to do this because she's dual wielding, but for some reason I feel like it's good. We're going to cast World Crusher on both of them. So we're going to go here, then quickly click the other one to make sure it casts on both. And like so. Next up, we're going to go with Leviathan, and he's going to Turbo Man this thing up. I am Turbo Man. We're going to go with Earth Element and Butte on him so we can put Earth Element on everybody. Be Merry, packed with presents, seems good to me. Then we're just going to use the cooldown on the twins. Next up, we're going to go with Mastermind Zon Reflector. We're going to take the Critical Mirror from Tidus. That's going to give us the Beast Killer to spread on everybody else. Then we're going to use Elemental Mirror on Leviathan to give us the Earth damage, and then we're going to project that all over everybody's face. Now, here comes the moment of truth. I have to spark chain these AR chains to get the highest score on the chaining. And I had a little bet with my chat. They're all going to put PogChamps in if I get it done. If I can hit this or not. Some of them said no. Some of them said yes. We're going to prove everybody that I can pull this off easily every time. It's not even close right now, so it's going to be easy. Let's see. AR chain, AR chain. And here it comes. We're going to select this enemy here and... big time! That's it, Twitch chat. Give it up, baby. I want to see a bunch of spam in the chat for that. Done. Easy. So next up, we're going to take Leviathan here. We're going to go with Bag of Toys. That's what he's going to chain with. And then we're going to hit a little bit of that. Go down here. Use both of these. Boom, boom. A little bit of that. Now he's got to finish it off with a perfect chain there as well. These fingers... look, I'm on an iPad. I ain't even using a macro. These fingers are godlike. So that's the second fight we just did. It took me a while to get this done, honestly, with the help of Twitch chat. That's why I need you guys here from YouTube. Come over here to Twitch, talk with me, help me out. Because sometimes, you know, I can't even figure this stuff out, you know what I mean? You guys know how I am. I brain fart all the time. But we ended up getting almost a perfect score. I always go second turn, so I'm going to miss that 1,000 on most fights. But we did a pretty good job, and now we're moving into the third fight. All right, so the third fight is going to be against the machine, and sadly for this machine, FFBE just gives us a ton of machine killers to use against it. We're going to want to be using water damage and magic damage at that, so make sure you're on the water damage up again on your team. We're going to be using Regina for her 200% machine killer buff that she can give and spread across our hybrid damage dealers and the twins. And then I want to show you the only people that have changed again between their equipment are going to be Leviathan and our twins unit there. They just have a ton of machine killer to make sure we can get our damage in that we need to. So here's what it's going to look like. So we're going to go in, hope we can perfect chain and get the damage in at the same time. It's been a little rough tonight, but we'll get it done. All right, guys, so we're on to fight number 3. We've been trying to chain this correctly for a couple of hours now. We're going to get there, I promise. We're going to get this video done. My eyes might be burning red with the soul of a million losses, but we're going to get there nonetheless. So essentially, you've seen this song and dance before. It's just the normal buffing and breaking that you need to have done and getting ready for our turn 2 kill, which is what we're going to do. We're going to do a lot of turn 2 finishes on this channel. I like to use Masterminds on and get those big damage numbers. So the machine killer coming out from Regina, just like we were doing before, but that was with Noctis, buffing up those killers that we need. And then we're going to imperil and imbue with our Elena. We're going to hope this works out. Aurora Arts is happening, so it is weak against water, so we're going to imperil and imbue with water. And then the twins are just going to use their CD ability in order to be able to triple cast next turn. Mastermind Zon is going to use his Reflector, going to still with Elemental Mirror, going to still that Water Imbue, then going to still that Machine Killer, which this machine has no chance anyway, then Projected Mirror on the entire squad, and we're going to hope to nail these chaining frames and get everything good here to get the top score that we can. Some damage coming out there, sadly. Sylvie did not pull most of those damages away. Let's see. So, Leviathan, we've decided, is going to be going with double AR chaining to help with the other ones. We're going to go AR into the buff. We're going to have the twins go into double buff. Mastermind Zon. Double it up with the AR damage here. Let's see. Almost missed it. And then we're going to have Elena do double AR as well. So, totally picked the wrong one, I guess. My bad. AR. So let's see if we can pop this bad boy in here correctly and chain up like we need to. Got up to like a 96. I don't know about the damage, but we got up to like a 96. So let's see if that turned out and worked out well for us. Looks like a big damage number. Could we have figured this out? Shout outs to Mad Garu if this ends up working out. Another Twitch streamer, another Twitch chatter also in my stream right now, helping me out with this. Making sure we get those big damage numbers. 28,000, no, dude. Did we at least get the chain? We got the chain at 28,000, bro. I'm going to call it a day. I can get back in there and chain that a little bit better, and we can finish out that 28,000. But for this video, I think that's good enough. Just need a little bit more work on my chaining with my fingers, and we'll get through that together. All right, guys, on to the fourth fight. We're going to be fighting a dragon and a human. So Dragon Killer and Man-Eater will work here, but because in the first fight we did have Man-Eater already applied for the first fight, it makes the physical team easy just to switch over and use that Man-Eater. So just make sure you're doing most of your damage to the human on this fight instead of the dragon, but you can pick whichever one you want. It is going to be earth damage they are weak to, so we're on the earth team, so the earth damage up 20%. We're going to be using Noctis again for his killer abilities with human, and then we're also going to be using this time Madame Adele for that nice 120% imperil, and the AR chaining from Madame Adele and Mastermind Zon should get this done. So there is no change in equipment. There's nothing you need to see here. The same equipment on these dudes are the same ones you saw with the first fight. So without further ado, let's do this one. All right, guys, going into the fourth battle, like I said before, the plan is to use our Man-Eater and our Man-Killer that we had from the first Earth Man-Eater fight here, so it's a little bit easier to get working around with this fight, and we're going to be targeting the bottom guy with our big damage, because that's where our Man-Eater is going to come from the Noctis. So we're just going to put this on repeat here of buffing up, but this time with Sylvie, we are going to need to imbue on Mastermind Zon. We could have Ed do it as well. It's really up to you which of the two, you know, what your options are when you're fighting. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There it is. And go ahead and put that on Zon. Noctis is not going to one-shot the dragon, so we're going to be able to point blank warp strike to get up his LB, and then also make sure we put his Man-Eater on to be able to be pulled off. Madame Adele is here for the Earth Imperil and could be for the Earth Imbue. I actually have a lot of different people on this team right now that could be giving us that Earth Imbue that we may need, but she's going to do the double Imperil of 120%, which is awesome. Ed is going to go ahead and turn on his triple cast. Cloud is going to buff up his LB. Dude, I love using the new Cloud, I gotta be honest. So Cloud's going to use his LB, then Mastermind Zon is going to do his reflector stuff. So critical mirror on Noctis. Let's go elemental mirror on himself because he already has it. That's correct. And then projected mirror. Just making sure I got that right. Jonathan King, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Cast it once with Zon as well. Alex, cast what with once on Zon as well? So here we go. We're going to go for the AR chaining here. Let's see. Oh, I don't have to double cast there, obviously. And then double up here with the AR chaining. Boom, boom. And we're going to get this. Dude, I feel it. I feel it on my fingers. That's got to be perfect, dude. That felt perfect. That felt good. Now we just got to finish it off with the icing on top. Thank goodness, man. It didn't take as many chances. It didn't take as many chances as that robot, I'll tell you that. And that feels great. So we're going to go with this, and then we're just going to try to somehow sloppily chain these together. That's going to be the plan here. Do as much damage as we possibly can with these. And hopefully we nailed everything except for we're going to have the one turn off, as obviously because we're on turn 2 and a little bit of damage was taken by our team. But that's okay because, again, we're in the first round and I'm not looking for perfection. Just looking to get at least, you know, a little bit high on the standings here on the first day. So let's see how we did. Okay, it's looking good. 30,000. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Just give me that biggest chain. Yes! Yes, we're done with stage 4. We only have one more for the first area. And we're going to get through this together. Let's move on to the next one. So we're on to the last fight, finally, for tonight during my Twitch stream. And it's going to be against Leviathan here. And Dark Leviathan, which I think looks awesome. You're going to need Aquaman Killer, which may be a little bit scarce. You're going to get 2 main sources of that. And it's going to be these 2 espers that I have on both Cloud and Noctis. My plan is to go in. I'm using Elena for chaining. And then the Lightning Imperil and Imbue. Sylvie can take care of the Lightning Imbue. So if you have somebody else you want to chain with, maybe like an Esther that does 120% imperil, something like that, you may be able to do a little bit more damage. So we're going to be moving over and go through our equipment really quick before we get into this fight, just in case you want to look at it and, you know, if you just want to see it. I know a lot of people like to see that before you go in. I've tried to put as much Aqueon Killer and Sildra's protection as I can, but sadly I only had one Aqueon Killer. I know that comes from the friendship bonus little dude, but I didn't have enough to you know, get it on the whole team. Actually, I only had one. I only farmed one this whole time because we don't fight a lot of Aqueon bosses, to be honest. But now we're gonna head in, finish this last fight, see where we rank up, and then finally be done with Area 1. All right, guys, so turn 1, just like we've been doing. I know it kind of seems like a repeating record, but I'm just showing you how I get it done. Hop into battle. Ooh, Leviathan Jack, let's get it, baby. Tier 3, 41-month resub. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you. Heading over here with this. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Silly gets that done. Noctis is just going to do his point-blank warp strike to build up his LB. Ed is going to be boosting water. We're taking a little bit of damage. We could fix that if we wanted, but we're just not going to worry about it too much right now. We're near the end of the night. We've been doing like 4 hours of Dark Vision, so I feel like I'm a little bit ready to be done with this. So we're going to full throttle with Cloud here. Elena is going to cast Speed of Lights with Aurora Arts, and then we're just going to double Lightning, Imperil, and Imbue. And the Mastermind Zon is going to be taking away the element from Elena, and then projecting it on the team so that we have that nice lightning damage on everyone else. Leviathan Jack, thank you so much for being here during this. I appreciate that big boy sub that you just gave. So, like I said, we're going to take a little bit of AoE water damage here. With our resistance up, it's not too much, but it does affect the score for people out there that want a perfect one. And so we're going to have Noctis and Cloud use their LBs, and then we're going to try our best to chain triple SR chaining with Ed, Mastermind Zon, and Elena here to finish this off for the night. So we're going to use Lethal Virus, and then Ed's going to use Triple Alchemy. We're going to go down to the Hammer of God and then double Automel Blade. So it's going to go a little bit of that, and then we're going to shoot those in and hope we get this thing chained up correctly, and we get our nice LB damage up to a 93 chain. We got the top chain. Let's hope our LB damage was enough to also give us the top damage as well. So hopefully we hit the top damage. That was probably the best I've done chaining tonight. Honestly, it seemed like everything flowed well together in a nice, glorious way, but we'll have to wait and see how this turns out. Just most damage. Yes! Yes! Yes, chat, we did it! We end the night! We end the night. It's not a perfect, obviously, because we have turns cleared and we took a little bit of damage, but hell, it's perfect enough in my heart after all I've been through tonight to be getting the #1 damage and the #1 we code with our chaining. So that was awesome. Moves us up a little bit in the rankings to 621. That's a great start for me. Top 1,000 is what I shoot for anyway. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below how you did on the first area. And if you're excited for the next 2, I think it was a little bit easier having our teams already pre-built. Really hoping for that save feature. Follow me on my Twitch channel here. That's where we're recording this right now live. Twitch.tv/Claic Yuzolt. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.